Welcome back to Fall, Day 21 of the Stardew Valley Min-Max and 100% Perfection Guide. We have finally reached the day we've been waiting for, the day which we will complete the Community Center. This is a huge milestone in any Stardew Valley game, whether it be for perfection or just a casual run, but it will also unlock a bunch of new content for us moving forward, including the Wizard Quest, the Missing Bundle, and the newest and most exciting, Ginger Island. We'll get to all of this in upcoming videos, but for now, let's get to Day 21, and at a later time in this video, I'll give my thoughts and a little assessment on how this run is shaping up so far. For this seed in particular, Fall Day 21 is the earliest I could have completed the community center, so I do consider this an achievement, but there's also a lot that could be improved upon. For now, let's get back to Day 21, where we are finishing putting away everything we had from yesterday and grabbing some stuff. I've got the wine, the crocus, the snow yam, all for the community center, and I'm gonna do some farm chores, including harvesting our crops, our fruit tree fruit, the battery packs and honey, all of that good stuff. Then we'll go ahead, put all of that away, get our inventory sorted, and real quick, we're gonna look through our friendships. So just in case you're wondering, that's my current friendship with everybody. Looks like Abigail's at the top, so we may end up dating her first, although I still don't think I'm gonna marry anybody. I'm gonna get Krobus to move in with me, but for now, we're harvesting our fairy roses, which are always annoying to organize since they all have the different colors and they don't stack with each other. So you can see they take up quite a bit of space in the chest there. We also have the eggplants to harvest, and then we'll go ahead inside our greenhouse. I'm just going to pick those strawberries. As you can see, there were a bunch of starfruits ready for harvest, and I'm going to wait until we get more starfruit seeds to replant those with, which we should be able today. We'll make a trip to the desert, pick up some starfruit seeds. Since starfruit seeds are 400 GA piece, I will need to sell quite a bit of stuff, but we should have some pumpkins to sell from our last harvest, so we can go ahead and sell those at Pierre's. And then after tending to our animals, I'm going to process some of their products and then just get everything organized real quick. I'm just grabbing everything I need for the community center bundles that we need to finish, and then any gifts I'm going to give along the way as well. So we are heading off now. I head back real quick because I think I forgot something, but then I may have realized I did not. So now we're heading into town. We're going to start with Pierre's and give out some gifts real quick. There's Abigail, of course, but the person we're a little bit more interested in today is Caroline, as we're almost at 2 hearts with her. We're going to give her an eggplant real quick just because it's a light gift, and again, I don't have any summer spangles right now, other than the one I'm saving for her birthday in winter. And I just remember I do have a pumpkin for a quest for her that I need to give her. So I go back to her, give her that, and I do believe that actually puts us at 2 hearts, and we're able to enter her room now. Normally we would be getting a cutscene where she talks about her tea, and then we'll get the tea sapling later as a recipe in the mail. But this cutscene actually is only triggered between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. on a day when it's not raining, and today is a rainy day, so we'll have to come back when it's not. Anyways, we're gonna sell a bunch of our pumpkins to Pierre now so we can afford some starfruit seeds. I sell pretty much all of them, and I just do a bit of browsing, I guess, to see if I want any seeds from Pierre. I decide ultimately against it, and then sell the rest of my pumpkins, and I'm heading down to Marnie's now. And we're just met with a quick cutscene, which happens when we bring a cave carrot after she asks for it. So we come in, we give her that cave carrot, we'll get a little bit of extra friendship with her. We might be able to see if we can get Mariluce's purple shorts yet or not. We do need 2 hearts with Marnie. I do give her an eggplant just because most people do like vegetables, and Marnie is one of them. It would also be nice to give Jazz a gift, but unfortunately we can't enter her room just of yet, and I guess we'll come back for Mariluce's shorts a bit later. We are now going to head over to the traveling cart and pick up the Nautilus shell that we have all been anticipating now for a while. I was able to know from way early on that the traveling cart would be selling the Nautilus shell today, thanks to MousyPound's Predictor tool. And of course, all you need is the game random seed in order to know exactly what the cart will be selling, and you can also know much more, which I do go over all of that in my Predictor tool guide video, so if you are interested in that, I will leave a link. The Nautilus shell, of course, we're going to be using in the Community Center's Field Research bundle, and I also picked up a rare crow from the traveling cart because eventually we'll want to collect all of them to unlock the deluxe scarecrow. So after going to the secret wood, back to my farm, doing some organizing, we can finally head back off to the town and go to the community center where we will drop off that Nautilus shell, and we have completed the field research bundle. Now we also have that wine, and we'll be able to complete the enchanter's bundle, and that's everything now for the bulletin board. And the reward from this one is actually pretty nice. It gives us 500 points of friendship with every non-dateable NPC, which is equivalent to 2 hearts. After the bulletin board, we just have one bundle set left to complete. We're going to head down over there, and it is the winter foraging bundle, where we did get very lucky with the crocus and the snow yam from our winter seeds that we did plant in the greenhouse. So I am glad that I did trade in my spring seeds for winter seeds from the desert trader that one day, and gambled by planting them in the greenhouse because there was always the chance we didn't get a crocus or a snow yam from them, but fortunately we did end up getting both from the 5 we planted. So if I were to do this again, or if you're trying to complete the community center early, I definitely recommend saving up way more spring seeds to trade in for winter seeds so you can plant a bunch of them to guarantee yourself to get a crocus and snow yam. With all of that done, we've completed the community center, the Junimos went back to the spirit world and whatnot, and we can be on our way. We're heading over to Robin's, where we will pick up all of the recipes we can for her, since eventually we're going to need to craft everything. I will give out some gifts to everyone real quick, and I'll also try to go down to Sebastian's room, but again, I forget that I'm not 2 hearts with him yet, so I can't actually enter his room. But when we go back up, we're actually met with a cutscene with Robin, and it's activated anytime she's home, and we have 6 hearts of friendship with her. She asks us if we've ever made anything out of wood, and either way we answer, we do get 50 points of friendship with her. She gives us the recipes for the flute block and the drum block, which aren't too useful to us. They are kind of cool, and you can do some very interesting things out of them, like make them play actual songs and whatnot. But anyways, we are gonna buy some recipes from her, and these recipes from the NPC shops are always the ones I find hardest to remember, so that's part of why I just want to buy them all right now. And especially Robin's torches, or whatever you want to call them here, the braziers, because she only starts off with selling a few, and then after you buy those, she starts to sell the next one, and doesn't sell the other ones until you leave her shop menu and then go back in. So as you can see, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm buying it, going out of the window, then going back in. And after you've bought the marble brazier, you know you've bought the last one, so we have all those recipes right now. And whenever we eventually go for the crafting everything perfection goal, probably at the end of year 1, we'll be crafting everything, so it's good to just have those for now. I then head to Linus, give him a gift, and this does put us at 4 friendship hearts with him, so we can now get the cutscene where he gives us the wild bait, but we can only activate that on a day it's not raining, so we'll have to wait on that. We then head back to the farm and get our stuff organized, and then we're going to go ahead and warp to the desert. We're going to spend all of that money we have now on starfruit seeds. But it is Sunday, and remember, Sunday is Staircase Sunday, so we do trade our jades for staircases, give Sandy a gift at her oasis shop, and then we're gonna buy as many starfruit seeds as we can. Our greenhouse can hold 116 crops right now with how it is set up, so we definitely have plenty of starfruit seeds now for 2 rounds, since about half of our greenhouse is starfruit right now. After that purchase, we are finally heading into the casino, since we did last time remember to grab the club card from the lumber pile. So we do head into the casino, but unfortunately we can't do anything right here because in order to start gambling, we do need key coins, and we actually have to buy them with G. And I spent all my money on starfruit seeds, so we're just gonna go ahead and warp back to the farm. Before planting the seeds we got in our greenhouse, we're gonna go ahead and get our stuff organized real quick. And then I'm also gonna cycle the kegs. We do have some starfruit wine ready, but I will go ahead and put some coffee beans in there. We will mainly be processing our starfruit in the bus stop area and saving these kegs on our farm for things that take a less amount of time, like coffee, beer, pale ale, and whatnot. We're gonna harvest our starfruit real quick and replant most of it with starfruit seeds that we did buy. I am going to plant those strawberry seeds that we have been getting from putting our strawberries in the seed makers just to get more of those, just in case we want some more strawberries to plant in spring. Most likely we won't. Most likely we'll get plenty of strawberries from the greenhouse, which we will use as gifts for Mario and Demetrius, although we are already making quite good progress with Demetrius, so we'll see if we end up using them or not. I feel like they're nice to have anyway. And then now, the crops that we did harvest this morning, we will replace them with fall seeds, just because they grow in about a week. And if you have noticed, the foraging seeds that you plant sometimes disrupt the ground, like you plant them and then the ground becomes unhoed. So I don't like to place those in the main fields or anything unless we're going to be done with that field. And we will be done with that field when winter comes, since winter we can't really do a lot of farming, although we will probably have a decent sized field of winter seeds just because they are pretty decently profitable. After planting more seeds, I'm going to start processing some more of our animal products. I do have them stored in that chest right there next to it. If you did notice this morning, I did put a bunch of stuff in there just so that we have easy access, and basically whenever I'm organizing stuff or passing by, I'll just go ahead and process the milk into cheese or eggs into mayonnaise. After we're done on the farm, we're going to head over to Jody's to fulfill that quest where she asked for a largemouth bass. So I went ahead and brought it. We completed that now, and while we are here, we'll go ahead and give everybody in the house gifts. And after that, we've pretty much completed everything that we wanted to get done today. So there's still a bit of time left in the day. We're going to head to the mines on the way. We do have that maple syrup ready, so of course we'll go ahead and collect that, and then we'll head over to the mines. We'll just be doing the usual dust sprite farming and gathering some iron and gold as usual for the rest of the day, but while I tend to all of that, I would also like to talk a bit about my thoughts about how this run is shaping up to be so far. As I have mentioned many times, this run is from about a year ago, which I am commenting and making videos on now, so there are definitely newer and better strategies which I could have utilized. But this run is unique in that I am not only focused on min-maxing by earning as much money as possible in as little time, but also I am trying to complete the perfection goals as soon as I can. Perfection cannot be achieved until the end of year 2 because of needing to cook all of the recipes, but in this run, I am still trying to achieve all of the other goals as soon as I can. And of course, one of the goals of this run was completing the community center, and I do believe I have completed it as early as I possibly could. There is always the very small chance I could have rushed friendship with Demetrius early on, and then have gotten lucky with a Nautilus shell as a gift in the mail from him, but that would probably take way too many resets for my taste right now. We would also then face an issue with growing the pumpkin, which we grew as early as possible on day 9, although there could be another workaround to this by unlocking the greenhouse from joining the Joja membership and only purchasing the greenhouse and using the greenhouse to complete the community center bundles faster. And of course, now that I mentioned the Joja route, it is pretty clear that completing the Joja bundles would be possible much sooner than the community center bundles, but for this run I did want to go for the community center route. So with all of that said, I do think that the combination of both for this series works well. In the first month of spring, we were able to unlock Skull Cavern very quickly and get a nice number of starfruit planted on summer day 1. That first month was pretty much min-maxed focused, but if we continue just focusing on making as much money as possible for this whole run, it would not be as fun. It would have involved trying to get a starfruit growing on every tile of our farm and making as many kegs as possible and lots of Skull Cavern diving for money. We are still, of course, trying to maximize our time whenever possible and plan out the game days and all of that good stuff, but still have an enjoyable run at the same time. I think this series as a guide makes for a nice and gentle introduction to min-maxing, going for perfection, and making the most out of your time in Stardew Valley, and just seeing what can be accomplished in a short amount of time. We'll be continuing forward with these ideas in mind, and continuing to maximize our time whenever possible, and continue to work towards the perfection goals as soon as possible. And now that I think of it, min-maxing does tie in with perfection, since we will need 10 million G for the gold clock. But with all of the starfruit wine we will be making, we should be able to afford this by the end of year 1, or at the very least in the first month of year 2. Anyways, maybe after I finish perfection for this run, I will try my hands at another min-max run. We will see when the time comes, but for now, I'll be focusing on this run and series. Very soon, we will be able to work on the wizard quest, the missing bundle, and unlock Ginger Island and turn all of the farmland there into starfruit fields. If you are looking forward to all of this, please consider subscribing so that you'll be sure to see the videos when they are released. And why not leave a comment with what you are looking forward to in this run. As always, thank you for watching and goodbye.